Should be. Should be having a sick ass stream today. Fucking, we're gonna watch some John Zerka shit. This guy's funny, bro. He speaks a lot of facts, speaks a lot of crazy shit sometimes, but I love this guy's content. Super entertaining, and you can actually like, I think some of the ideas you can take in and get some real value out of. Some of them, I think they're just fueled by his cocaine, which is like, who's not gonna have crazy thoughts when they're on the cocaine, you know? Everyone thinks they're a great businessman when they're on the booger sugar, you know? But we can't judge the guy too hard for that. Can't judge nobody too hard for anything like that. Because, I mean, we're all flawed human beings. I know every single one of y'all watching has made a mistake. I have. And that's just how it goes. You can't avoid the mistakes. But if you learn from their mistakes and you get up and you fucking move forward, then I can kind of respect that. Hopefully you are doing that as a human being. Because then if you're doing that and I'm doing that and a whole bunch of people are doing that, then we're fucking doing good, you know? We're big chilling. But yeah, I think that's enough. We're gonna fucking watch this John Zerka video. We're gonna get some fucking knowledge, boys. We're gonna lock the fuck in. We're gonna get some good laughs. We're gonna get some great information. Let's fucking go.
Christian mystic from the
Let's
rhythmic back.
let's go back just a little bit.
These people
Let's go
are
just a little bit.
monkeys. They look you in your.
He's speaking right now about the Christian mysteries. That's what he's going into. And I don't think you need any more context than that. Christian mysteries. Let's run it up.
Eye and tell you that Ezekiel's bread is talking about a bread recipe. I swear to God, Christians believe Ezekiel's bread is talking about a bread recipe.
You can't take everything in the Bible literally. You know, a lot of it's parables.
Go to my Twitter to find out what it is. It will blow your mind, and it's not me making shit up. There's so much mystery language and mythopoetic language and stuff that's veiled in scripture that people think they know. Like, people actually believe it's a talking snake, like a genuine like snake on the ground. And
If it's not a talking snake on the ground, what is it then? What is Zarka's point of view? That's what I want to know. What does he think it is?
which is fucking hilarious. If you ask Francis of Assisi, you ask any Christian mystic from the rhythmic path, these people would laugh in your face.
What do you think it was?
I don't think I know.
What was it?
Every instinct, impulse, desire you have, they come from the luciferic stream within your nervous system, your spinal column. And I'm not
Oh
going
shit.
in towards that new age thing. New age is fucking retards. I'm saying this is mystery language. The place where people get confused is they think, oh, it's just initiation science of stories. No, Jesus Christ is God.
Amen.
Period. And I'm not saying that as a Christian. I swear to God, anyone watches this podcast, they'll be like, that's not a regular Christian. That's something else. Jesus Christ is God. That's period, point blank. That's it. To be
100%.
more accurate, the Son of God. But you see what I'm saying, that it's like Father, Son, Holy Spirit will be connected in your thinking, feeling, and willing. And you don't have to go into the full details of all this. The one thing you should take away from this is, why is someone who's not a Christian telling me that Jesus Christ is God? That makes no sense.
You're saying you're not a Christian?
Yeah, I wouldn't consider myself like a modern Christian at all. I think they're the most disgusting creatures I've ever seen in my life. Like, what's
Hey
this
yo.
pastor's name? I can't stand these fucking
Yeah.
people. Are like, oh,
Yes.
that's just one
That guy's
guy. Most
evil.
modern Christians are good. They're giving their money to him. I'm not attacking the pastor. I'm attacking the crowd. They're disgusting animals. The average Christian, the average Muslim, the average Buddhist, these are disgusting animals, bro. Like, I
Jesus.
think religious people can be some of the most disgusting people on earth
For
because they have
sure.
such a good
For
shield.
sure.
I went to church and they cheat on their wives and they do all this fucked up shit. So, yeah, the one thing that if I died today, I would never want to be remembered as like some modern Christian or someone who he has a religious message. I don't want to be linked to religion or any of that. He's a Christian because then I have to go in with all those guys. And Nick was the only one I liked. I remember when I came on the scene, I said, okay, there's a true Christian. I'm not saying it because he's a virgin or anything. I'm saying because he prays every single night of his life. I don't care if you're doing coke. I don't care if you're doing Molly. I don't care if you're doing alcohol. You should have a spiritual practice when you're suffering just as much as you should have it when you're winning.
That is huge what he just said right there. You have to keep God in your conversation always. Always conversate with God, like he said, in your ups, highs, and in your down lows, bro. That is key. That is key. You must keep that in mind. Because if you're the kind of individual that only prays to God in your lowest moments, bro, I don't know. I think that says something about you, right? As an individual. And obviously, we have all been there. We are not perfect. We all fall short when it comes to the standard, but I think you should be trying to strive more towards the getting it done 24/7 and not only when it's down low moments, right? And I think God would be pleased with that. At least I would assume so from the scripture that I've read and the conversations I've had with fellow Christians.
There is no way people on earth think they're Christian and they've never done a correct prayer in deep inner stillness. You know, most people pray like this.
Hmm.
Thank you, Lord. That's thinking, feeling, and willing to them. That's it, right there. And they're like, "Oh, wonder why it's not answered." And then
It's
it's like
always
they
answered.
think medieval Christian prayers have expired. They've never expired. Actually, if we look at it, the medieval Christians were like the last strong Christians. Then it starts going away into the 1900s. Then we have anthroposophy with Steiner's stream, which is even more condensed. And now the strongest Christians you see are not even Christian. It's a surgeon saving someone's life, doing the right thing. He's thinking, feeling, and willing, I'm going to save him. That is the Christian. And the
Mm.
guy preaching is like the lowest level of Christianity, which is funny because he'll have a lot of followers. Like,
John,
yeah,
let me ask you this. And I mean it in good faith and then kind of as a joke, but when you're a 33rd degree Mason, are you still going to say Christ is king?
yeah. Huh. If I was a 33, you're saying, you know, many have. Most Freemasons in from the York Rite path, they say they're Christians. And the Scottish Rite, they're more philosophical. But I'm not a Mason, so I can't tell you. I'm never going to be a Mason. I think the best
When I was in the army, I met a couple of Masons, and they were Christians for sure. Christian guys, yeah.
way to describe me would be a medieval crusader.
That
I'm the
sounds tough.
closest thing on earth
Just the way that sounds is tough. Medieval Crusader. Pretty cool.
to a medieval crusader.
I thought you were a Mason, by the way, before starting this interview, but my
Yeah,
gauge is no.
yeah, I've been around that scene and everyone loves to point me to that. And I'm like, what the fuck? You can just do a little research and know that I can't.
The profile picture's a little weird.
Yeah, yeah. First of all, if you change the verified thing goes away if you change your profile picture on Twitter. But yeah, the timing was crazy. I remember people telling me like, you can't have a black eye. And I'm like, bro, when I was on Twitch, I had a black eye, not just Twitter. When I was 2019, I was on a Tyler One stream and I came home from bouncing. I had a black eye and no one said, you know, they could say, they're like, well, you popped off then too, but you joined the Black Eye Club. I remember thinking that and I was like, that looks horrible. That makes me look so evil. Like, because I used to be the guy who would be like, black.
I don't know the full conspiracy behind that. I know like there's something behind the black eye society. A lot of important people all of a sudden have a black eye in something, and they're linked to a certain club, but I don't know exactly what the lore is behind that. I need someone to put me onto that elite ball
That
knowledge
club.
for
I
sure.
never noticed it for myself. And I'm like, you're going to have to search with your heart to see if you can trust me or not. And here's what I say, why trust anyone? Don't
Mm,
trust anyone. What the fuck?
what do you
Do
mean, bro?
what you came here to do and find your own path. Um, I'd say this, you remind me of pure evil because you platformed Gary. No, I get. You know, have you seen Gary's rants? I'm gonna destroy every Christian. I'm gonna.
Yeah, the one belief I didn't like of his was thinking that the only spiritual entities that there are the prime creator and
What is this prime creator? What is?
demons that run the world. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you can't live a life
yeah.
thinking that there are no positive spirits around you. But interesting.
Gary's interesting.
As a psychological operations expert, what psyop do you think is happening right now?
So
The
many.
greatest psychological operation right now has got to be AI. I think AI is,
What do you mean?
I love it. Makes my life easy, easy money, but I don't replace my social life for AI. You know, most people are using AI. I think Ben Affleck said it. He said most people are using it as a buddy. And I'm like, if you want to do that,
If you or anyone you love is using AI as a buddy, help them out, please. And if that's you, help yourself out. Because, bro, that is not good for you. Not good for you. You need human interaction. I know it's hard. I know it's hard with this modern day society. Trust me, I'm Gen Z. I fucking get it. I know. But, bro, can't be doing that shit. It's bad.
that little gay social thing where, you know, you're talking to a buddy, why don't you pick someone in the past that's a genius and ask AI to become them and talk to the genius and learn something while you're being lonely, but never replace your social life for AI. Most people are like, hey, can you do chat GPT? Can you do? And it's like, dude, you could learn so much. Like if you have a lonely year, you could become a genius. Never in history could you become a genius because, bro, I remember before AI, I'd have to find the fucking paragraphs in the books I'm looking at. That would take so long. And now it's like right there.
Yeah, it's so easy to
But I'll tell
research.
you
If
this,
you use it properly, it is.
it's also a spiritual thing. When people replace spirituality for loneliness, and this actually builds the soul the strongest. It's just, it's not supposed to happen forever. You can have a year, 2 years, maybe even 3 years lonely, but it's not supposed to be forever.
Hmm.
That's where people fuck up. They go, oh, I'm used to this. And I get that. Like after this, my fount of healing will be being alone. Like, oh, I've done the podcast now. Leave me the fuck alone. Don't ask for a photo on the street. Fuck off. Leave me the fuck alone. I've done my part. But check this out. The greatest psyop is that AI is going to save your ass.
Yeah,
It'll never happen. It will never happen. People think they can game all day, then they're AI all day. These people are headed off a bridge. These, the number one harmonic force or satanic force in modern Christian terms would be mechanization of your life. The more
mm,
mechanical your life becomes, the more inwardly dry you become. You know, there's a lot of humans who have never looked at a butterfly since they were kids. It just flies by and they go, okay. And then there are humans who are more inwardly awake. Their inner world of pictures is more, has more rhythm and life.
yeah.
And the butterfly comes in and they take the gaming headset off and look at it and they go, what a deep orange. And those people are closer to spirit because
That is so true, bro. There's some people you interact with, they're dead on the inside, just dead completely. And it's like, I get it. Sometimes you're tired, you're dead. But no, these people are permanently just fucking zombified. And that's how they exist 24/7. Dude, I couldn't be like that. I have to be the person that's like how he described, like a butterfly. I'm not more of a butterfly guy, but I'm definitely like, dude, look at the moon. That's a beautiful fucking, or it's rain. Dude, I fucking love the rain. Shit like that. Or even when things are getting difficult, I'm like, dude, fuck. Like if I'm going on a tough run with my little brother, I love that shit. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, we're grinding. You know? It's, you have to have a beautiful mindset. You can't have that negative, zombified mind where it's like, okay, 8 to 5, gotta do this, 9 to 5, do that, and it's just, if you're never alive, I get it. There's moments where you need to grind, like get that done. I've done that, but there's moments where you need to live because you're grinding for what? You're grinding for a certain purpose, for certain goals. If you're just grinding to continue grinding, I don't know. That's a ridiculous game for me. I wouldn't play that game, you know?
children are closer to spirit. That's where instinctual being is, right? And as children grow older, they get away from spirit to develop ego consciousness, right? There are people right now who have not looked at a tree since they were a child.
Hmm.
Isn't that interesting? And that's probably you. When's the last time you looked at a fucking tree? because that will never be an Earth evolution again. It'll be something else. It'll evolve. So you're missing out on the art project from God. You're supposed to grow with this project. When's the last time someone went to Venice Beach and actually looked at the water? Not their phone, not their thoughts, not their memories. There is so much of your life missing, and you
Hmm.
can make millions of dollars missing it. You think Andrew Tate looks at the water, looks at, and people are like, well, Zerka, you're kind of like a hippie. I am a hippie. What the fuck? I'm a party guy. I'm a hippie. I don't know why people think I'm like some, let's make all the money. I'm back to take the money, but I'm not ruled by the mon I. I don't give a fuck. And people are like, this hippie side to you, is it new? I was like, what the fuck? You watch all my content. It's always been there. Always. The sunset today on Venice Beach was
Mm.
fucking mind blowing. I look on the streets from my hotel. I got the whole oceanic view. Nobody's staring at it. Not even
No.
the people at the beach. Once fucking cyclists just biking by. No one's looking at it. And then a drone comes up at my window staring at me, trying to see me in my underwear and shit. I remember like looking into that drone thinking like whoever's doing this, whatever is missing the sunset.
Yeah.
He's missing the sunset to look at me in
Did
my
that actually
fucking
happen? Are you
yeah, I
fucking
swear
with
to
me?
God. And I was shocked. I'm like, bro, Californians are depressed. Look at their faces. Like a sunset like that,
Most of them
they're
are, bro.
I don't care what happened. I don't care if your fucking dog died. Don't miss the sunset. Go back to crying about your dog, but don't miss the sunset. And you're
This man is
designed
passionate
to
about
rejuvenate
sunsets.
with the rhythm of it's like kind of like the number one
That is true. I do try to stay in line with the rhythm of the sun. Like the sun comes out, I'm usually waking up. The sun's going down, I'm feeling tired. And I'm glad I'm able to do that nowadays. When I was in the military, obviously you gotta be awake, you gotta be awake. You can't help that, but now that I'm a civilian and I'm able to follow that sun cycle, dude, I feel on fire. I feel so good because I think obviously I'm more in line with what nature intended for me as a human being to do. But it's not bad to test yourself with late nights of partying or studying or whatever the hell you want to do.
predictor of a healthy person that is successful in life without losing their soul is if they chase the sun. They wake up with the sun, they're rhythmic with the sun, their
Mm.
digestion is at the highest point of the sun for their food. Then they stop eating, they enter perfect sleep. Maybe 4 or 5 hours pass with nothing digesting in the metabolic limb system of the soul.
He's speaking facts.
And these people
Not even for the soul. I mean, like, even for the body in general, like that specific protocol. Fire, you're basically fasting every day if you do that. And if you're not already sick, fasting will be good for you. If you're already sick and you start fasting, it could actually be worse for you because you're causing more stress in your body. But let's say you're a healthy individual and you want to, get your edge, fasting is going to do that for you 1000%.
wake up early. They chase the sun. I was never these people. I always stayed out as a bouncer at nighttime, and you could see me morally become a monster because no sunlight for 5 years, right? Entered in the darkness, and I loved it until the sunlight. Then I was like, I didn't love it. No way. I love this, and I should write a book. I started my book. I stopped, but I need to write a book because I'm a fucking genius compared to you guys. I'm
This is what I
killing it
mean.
right now,
This
right?
guy's crazy, bro.
I'm fucking killing it. I'm talking about drones and pigeons and sunsets.
A drone actually followed you this morning?
Yeah, I thought that was so weird. It just hovered there for 10 minutes, went to another window. I'll tell you this though, that drone is really making me look CIA right now. It's like, why am I saying that? That's never happened to me before. But the drone thing was just like, do people in Venice Beach do this?
Last question, Zerka.
Do you love black people? That's the final question.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
The best piece of advice I've ever got was fuck off. When someone you love says fuck off, they are saying to you, you are going to get stuck in matter if you don't evolve. And I'm not serving any part of that evolution. You look at an ex girlfriend, you look at your enemy on the other side, they're the people you're the closest to. That's
Mm.
the person you hate the most is the person you are closest to on the other side. And people hate when I say this. They say, well, what about you and that guy that you hate? That means you squash the beef with them? No, fuck that guy. I'm on this side. I don't like that guy. I'm still human. But your ex girlfriend and you fighting, you tell her to fuck off 10 times, she tells you to fuck off 10 times. This is the greatest thing that can happen because she's forcing you to stand on your own 2 feet, or else you get, not to make it blackpilling, but you can be left behind in a savage way. Go look at people. There are some people who have fucked up so hard. Not that I'm victim blaming, but they're in wheelchairs. They're going through, and some of them are bodhisattva masters who have chosen that to develop more love on earth, right? So it's a strong incarnation. There's some people who have Down syndrome, but they chose it so they can be left the fuck alone and play guitar all day. And they're on. Have you seen those guys? It's very adorable because their love is with guitar. That's where they can generate the most for the earth. But I'm telling you, this world can get really dark if you're not evolving, and everything horrific that happens to you, break up with a girl, whatever happens, is much more important than you marrying her and having a cozy little life where you
Yeah,
actually
fuck
get
that.
stuck in matter. Most married people never evolve. Did you know that? That's why the marriage breaks off. But when you're evolving, she wants to come back to you. You guys want to go back to each other, and they're not for everyone. Your karmic task is with the woman you want to get pregnant the most. She's probably the biggest bitch in your phone. That's normal. But it doesn't mean you should have kids with her. It's just you guys had a strong karmic task you guys chose to come on earth to do together. That's a part of it. And it is like a game. When you receive the full message that I'm trying to tell, you're going to stop hating your enemies. You'll dislike them. That's normal. You're going to stop hating your exes. You're going to stop hating the world. And finally, you're going to stop hating yourself.
You shouldn't hate anybody. I think it's more detrimental to you than it is to the people you're hating. Especially if you're weak-minded. If you're a strong-minded person and the hate's not gonna fuck with you mentally, sure, have some hate for these people. A lot of people are mentally weak, and their hatred of that individual will just fuck with them in their head, and they'll keep it in their head 24/7. They won't be able to think straight, and they won't be able to be efficient, and they're gonna lag behind in life. Fuck that, bro. If it's that bad, forget about it. You know? Just move forward. And the best, like, okay, let's say you have hate, you want to get somebody back. Bro, the best form of revenge is success. Just fucking focus all your effort in becoming efficient, proactive, and getting shit done and succeed. Eventually, people will find out and be like, damn, hell yeah. And then you're golden, bro. Like, what else do you want besides that? You know?
Not the personalities, but the deeper self. And that is the I am. That is the Christ deep within. You have to search. All those layers peel off, and you're connecting towards the kingdom now. That's what you want. And you'll bump into your ex or your enemy, and you'll say, okay, I'm going to fight him. But this time I'm going to fight him conscious,
Mm,
not out of anger, not out of sin, not out of spite. I want to be conscious in this fight. And it's a fight to win. It's not a fight out of anger, seething hatred, none of that. And in medieval Christianity, that happens. It's not turn the other cheek. We don't teach that, right? Because turn the other cheek is mystery language talking about if someone agitates your desire body, so they put you in an unconscious state, like fuck you, and then you immediately get reactive. You're linked to them karmically. So in initiation science, the smartest thing you can do is don't spike your cortisol, do not engage. You can engage for stuff that develop your soul,
mm.
but those are rare. Those are forced. You're backed in the corner, you pull the sword out, you have to fight. And a lot of Christians, modern Christians, don't understand medieval Christianity because medieval Christianity says you will be backed up. You will have to fight sometimes.
Hell
There's
yeah.
no way getting
You have
around
no
that.
option.
And modern Christianity is turn the other cheek and, turn into pretty much dead meat, right? But it's mystery language telling you that
That's what I can't get behind in a lot of these modern churches when they try to push that narrative. It's like, bro, I am not doing that. I will push comes to shove. If I have to defend my family with violence, there will be violence. And if lethal force is required, you know,
you have a little argument with your mom that'll last and reverberate in your mind for maybe years. Do not get linked karmically to stupid little shit like that because you have your own problems. When you have your own problems in life, why would you compound that with other karmic streams?
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that. You need peace. You need peace for your own problems. You don't need, there was a time where every man on earth has this time where anyone who talks shit about them, they respond to all of them. No, respond to your arch enemy, right? And go spark rocks with that, develop your soul, your courage, whatever. Don't respond to all of them because you're what you're doing is you're saying you're reactive, you're unconscious. It's
Yeah,
not you. There's no
it's
deeper
weakness.
sense of conscience there. You're just kind of like acting on impulse.
That's that's why I frame it in my mind. Being an unconscious individual, it's not effective in your life. It's nothing but a detriment. But if you're a conscious individual, you're able to move more effectively within your life because obviously you're conscious. You're aware of things more acutely than other individuals.
Not kind of, you are. That's what turn the other cheek is for. That's why these turn the other cheek modern Christians don't realize that the Old Testament is about putting order into the world with the sword. Like, it was insane.
Hmm.
Or Alexander the Great, he had a much stronger desire body than me. He had the strongest astral body we've ever seen, and he acted with the will of God to put order in all of the evil people back in a different time when it was more like that.
Hmm.
And people cannot wrap their head around that Alexander the Great was working with spirit there. They say that that's the least Christian take in the universe. Did Alexander the Great fuck up ever in his life? Yeah. His strong desire body actually made him, it was so ravenous and powerful. Before he could, with ego consciousness, control it, he killed his best friend.
Damn.
Why did he do that? Because his best friend disrespected him. He shoved a spear into him, deeply regretted it because he was aligned with spirit. He's like, what have I done? And that's a part of his lesson. That's a part of his evolution. It's like the hardest lesson on earth. But when he was liberating the world, he was not doing it as a Satanist. Like, oh, as a warlord. No, most figures in history were working with spirit. You can see the winners are always working with spirit, and spirit changes. Sometimes it's with the Arabs. I'm not saying their religion is correct. It's not. But they brought science. When humans needed science,
That is
they brought a
true.
lot of
People
that.
forget about that.
Then it was with Asian people. And now we're finally at the point where it's back to Europeans strong. But it all started with ancient Indians. They were closest to the spirit. And when I say spirit, the great spirit, I'm talking about the Holy Spirit. But they didn't
Mm.
have the full message. So, yes, all religions are little puzzle pieces. Not that you should worship their gods or anything. I'm saying they're moral systems for souls to level up, but all the pieces fall in line to the Christ. The Christ is the highest level of evolution. That's why the white man is shitting on every human on earth. And I'm not getting racial spiritually.
What is
I
he
don't
talking
think
about?
skin color and spirituality is connected. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's their turn, right? In the old epoch, it was ancient Indians. We would go up to ancient Indians and they would laugh at us. They'd be Jack Neal's fucking Europeans, what the fucking retard. They would laugh at us. Now, who's aligned closest to spirit is the Europeans. That's why they're dominating. And in 300 years in the future, it will be the Russians. And they've suffered enough, right? The Russians have been the greatest losers throughout history. If you really want to look at who lost more than Russians, I think
This guy
every
just
single
roasts
thing they
everybody,
did,
bro.
they suffered.
Shots fired
In World One, World
everywhere.
War Two, they're like losing machines. The Cold War, they're losing right now. They're unstoppable losers. All that suffering will transmute. They will carry the impulse next. And which is interesting. Everyone talks about China being next, but it's actually going to be the Russians, and which is more whiteness. And then it's going to go to something else. And all these root races are supposed to work together eventually when we're done killing each other.
Nice.
And
I hope that happens soon. The
briefly,
no killing.
worst piece of advice you've ever received.
Oh God.
Yeah. The worst piece of advice I've ever received was
Spit it out. What is it?
Just have faith in Jesus, man. And I remember thinking, I'm like, well, why are people still jumping off bridges? There's a lot of people who have faith. Oh, well, they didn't have real faith. And because you split it from thinking, feeling, and willing, these people are severely off balance. They don't even have rhythm to their day. They're going to jump off a bridge. And if they fulfill just the faith without the works, they're inwardly empty. And that's why I think most Christians, these Protestants, I think have contributed, they don't mean to, but they've contributed to more suicide than anyone in history. You talk to someone like Nick Fuentes, he'd be like,
Damn.
do the works. And then you're free. You start working again. You've got your rhythm in your life again. You start going towards life. Nick
I
is
just
such a positive force when
realized
we're talking about it. Like,
this shit's fucked. No fucking way. No way, boys. No way. I just realized something. I haven't been streaming vertically at all. Yeah, this is horizontal. And this one, please tell me this is vertical. It's not, bro. Dude. That's fine for the long video. But it's gonna suck to make the shorts. I guess I can record using the fucking thing. Whatever. The video's done for. So, fuck yeah. It's on the stream.